Have you ever wondered what it takes to uphold justice in the face of threats and danger? Well, let's take a moment to consider the rising tide of threats against our judges and prosecutors, the fearless public servants tasked with administering justice in America. A disturbing trend has emerged over the past few years, with threats against these officials increasing at an alarming rate. Recently, the judge presiding over the civil fraud trial of former President Donald Trump faced a bomb threat at his home, a chilling reminder of the danger these officials face every day. In response to such threats, security measures have been significantly heightened. Courthouses are now patrolled by armed officers and bomb-sniffing dogs, while personal protection for judges and prosecutors has been stepped up. Yet, these measures are not just about ensuring the physical safety of these individuals. They are about safeguarding the integrity of our judicial system, a cornerstone of our democracy. But the rise in threats doesn't just pose a physical danger. It also has far-reaching implications for the independence of our judiciary and the fairness of our trials. After all, how can a judge make impartial decisions when their life is under threat? And how can a prosecutor seek justice when they fear for their safety and that of their family? The courage of these public servants is commendable, but what does this mean for the future of our judicial system? The threat against the judge in Trump's civil fraud trial is not an isolated incident. It's a chilling example of a growing trend that's been on the rise in recent years. This judge, like many others, now finds themselves navigating a legal proceeding under the shadow of threats and intimidation. Security measures have been significantly ramped up, with armed officers patrolling the courthouse and bomb-sniffing dogs on standby. This isn't just about one case or one judge. It's part of an alarming pattern sweeping across the country. Other officials involved in politically sensitive cases, such as the trial against the Oath Keepers, are also facing similar threats. Prosecutors, judges, and civil servants are finding themselves in the crosshairs more than ever before. And it's not just the high-profile cases that are targeted. We're seeing a 400% spike in threats against federal judges in the past 6 years. Last year alone, more than 9,600 threats were recorded against members of Congress. The surge is even felt at the local level, with a staggering 87% of officials reporting a rise in attacks and 81% personally experiencing harassment, threats, or violence. These threats hold more than just personal danger for those targeted. They pose a serious threat to the integrity of our judicial process. When our officials are threatened, it can create a chilling effect, stifling open discussion and public service. It can shake the very foundations of our democracy, undermining the rule of law and our belief in fair and impartial justice. These threats not only endanger individuals, but also the integrity of our judicial process. But what does this rise in threats mean for the future of justice in America? It's a question that has been echoing in the hallways of courthouses and the offices of public servants across the nation. When these threats become part of the job description, the impact is far-reaching. It's not just about the immediate danger to those targeted, but also about the long-term effects on our judicial system and democracy as a whole. Imagine the fear and stress that comes with knowing that simply doing your job could put you or your family in danger. This could discourage highly qualified and dedicated individuals from serving in these roles, leading to a talent drain in public service. It's not hard to see how this could have a detrimental effect on the quality of our judicial system. Beyond the personal toll on these public servants, there's also a significant financial impact. State and local budgets are being strained as they grapple with the need for increased security measures. Hiring armed guards, installing bulletproof glass, and other protective measures come with hefty price tags. And these are resources that could otherwise be used to improve public services and infrastructure. But perhaps the most concerning implication is the potential erosion of trust and faith in our judicial system. These threats can create an atmosphere of fear and intimidation that challenges the impartiality of our courts. If judges and prosecutors are afraid of retribution, can they truly make unbiased decisions? These threats are a direct attack on our democracy and the impartiality of our judicial system. So, what can be done to address this alarming trend? There's no silver bullet, but a few potential solutions stand out. First, existing laws against threatening public officials need to be enforced more rigorously, and new, stricter laws should be considered. This would send a clear message that such behavior is not only unacceptable, but will also be met with serious legal consequences. Second, we need to enhance security measures for these officials. This could include increasing police presence at courthouses, providing personal security details, and implementing advanced technologies to detect and thwart potential threats. But laws and security measures aren't enough on their own. We, as a society, must also play our part. This means actively supporting and standing up for these officials, especially when they're under threat. It means raising awareness about the crucial role they play in upholding justice and the rule of law, and the risks they face in doing so. Moreover, we need to challenge and counter the narratives that incite such threats. This requires us to be vigilant and critical consumers of information, to question and challenge false or misleading claims, and to promote respectful, informed discourse about our judicial system. Remember, the strength of our judicial system depends on the safety and independence of its officials. Let's all do our part to uphold justice in the face of threats.